Okay, so I've got a load of mark making tools. I've got my paint, my roller, and I've got all my bits and pieces and some pieces of paper. I'm just going to go through some of them with you, just show you what they look like. This should be good fun, and there'll be different ways of doing this. Just going to roll my paint. Let's just see what that's like. I'm going to use one on top of that. I'll get two. Oh, lovely. Oh, you're so really nice. So that's better with the ink rolled on the top of it. It would just be oh, they're so nice. Well, they're really lovely for collage in any case. And those two are more faded than this one. Some more paints. I think I'll put a bit of water in that actually. I don't care if it's a bit grey. I just wanted a bit more liquidy. And of course this will be really different if you roll it onto the surface, but actually sort of sitting it in it. Okay, I'm getting it really well covered. Let's just try another method. So I'm just going to try painting it on because it's just not going on very well with a roller. Oh, that's such a nice mark. Again, because they're printed, they have this different element to them, don't they? Let me just have a go. See, what I would want to do is print them onto sort of canvas or something. It's not that interesting as is, but I think you could possibly put more paint on it, it would get better. Right, let's try again. Another one. I really like that. I think that would look lovely in an abstract. And again, how on earth is it achieved? Yes, I do like that. And I love that with the paint on it. Okay, this one should be lovely. Again, I'm just gonna, I really like the sort of funny irregularity of these. See what they come out like. Okay, get a piece of thing. And I'm just gonna sit it on top. There's one, not anything like enough. But the first print of this sort of thing is often the rubbish, you know, because the thing hasn't taken up the colour enough yet. I can't wait to do an actual abstract with all these. I think it's just a question of really getting it covered. I want a bit of grey on there. Just see what happens with the grey as well. And isn't that actual, you know, the effect of it nice? The plate itself is so nice. Oh yeah, that's better. I really like them again. I wonder what this one will be like. These are lovely. If I can get this, oh yes, look. I'm being mean with the paint. Goodness knows what this is going to be like. This was such a nice piece of wallpaper. Again, it's like a question of, I completely messed that up because I filled in the holes too much. You know, it's too much rollered on. It's not leaving the gaps. Let's just see what happens. I think you'd have to do about 3 of these to work. Oh, that's beautiful. So I'm really happy with that one. Just try it again, because I think you would get this. And again, this, I think this one will really improve with use. Wouldn't that be lovely in a little journal? Oh, that's lovely. I'm just going to try that one again because I liked it. Just push in, rub it over, and then you can lift it to see where you have and haven't rubbed it enough. There you go. I mean, it really does look like undergrowth, doesn't it? So the first one was the one that I put too much ink on, and even that's really lovely. There's some really nice, the lights and the darks that come out on this are really nice. It really does look like undergrowth. I don't know if you can see it, but it's such a nice paper. There it is without the ink on, and you can't really see. It's not the silver so much as it's the, there's an actual embossed, the silver's embossed too, but there is other embossed stuff, and it does really have a lovely undergrowth. I must buy this. I'm going to have a go at that properly. Right, there's this lovely one, which I think will work really well. Just going to really go for it. But again, I don't think it's working. I mean, I'm going to might print it as is, you know, with it not quite as covered as it could be. I'm a bit mean with the papers there. I'm going to get rid of the dirty thing. On there. I've been mean again with the paints, haven't I? To see I want more. See what happens if you really soak it up. I just love that as a texture, you know, to use. It's really nice. Put it down. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if I like that. That was really simple. It was just a braid from the bottom of a dress, you see? Oh, that's so nice. Interesting. I really like that one. That one is just, but as a roller. And I'm not going to bother with that one. It's obvious. This one is lovely. I wonder if this one will work. Let's see. Got a bit of grey and red here, but I've got some pink as well. Might shove some pink on too. Just see what happens. And I want a lot. And I'm really just using up colours I've already got, except for the red. And I'm sure you could do this, you know, really carefully and subtly if you could be bothered. But I just want to have a look at the mark making so that I can show it to you. And this is just a funny top that I got at a charity shop, or a car boot. Oh, I do love it. Wonder what it'll be like. You could really colour this up if you could be bothered. You know, with whites and everything, and print it maybe on a dark piece of paper. Oh gosh, that's so cute. That's the first print as well. You know, you'd get a lot better print out of it the second time around. Inked up again, I mean, because it's just too dry still. Okay, I'm just going to try this again with the second coat, you know, see if it comes better the second time around. Properly wet. I'm just trying it on the back of one. Yeah, that's better. There you go. That's just the second print. You know when there's a lot of paint on it. I mean, that could be so nice. I mean, it could be done in pinks, and then you put, so the acrylic would dry, no longer be soluble, and then you'd add glazes on top of it and use this just as shapes. I just really like the sketchy touch of it all. You know, you could be so much more controlled over this and have such a lovely whole theme of it through the book or through your papers if you did enough of these. And I'm sure this would work on a gel plate as well, as I'm sure everything else would too. So these aren't dry, but it's the same principle as the other ones. You know, it was this that was just put onto a piece of card in order to make a sort of more solid plate, and those were just the pipe cleaners twisted into lovely little knots, and those were the squirrels, so you could just print from them. Another nice one was just these, they are paper balls, and I've just cut it in half, and then you've got the opportunity to just do nice little shapes with them. Just pick up the inks or the paints and use it to make circles with, and you can twist it. I mean, you could almost use it like that too, use it as a brush. So that's a really nice possibility. That's got grey, sort of watery grey on it. Oh, that makes such a nice mark. That's a nice tool, that actually. Oh, I like that. I'll use that a lot. It softens the paper pretty quickly actually. I don't suppose they'll last for very long, but especially not when you get them very wet. But they make such a nice mark. So they were just paper balls with sticks done in so that I can got a bit of pressure and a bit of movement, you know, flexibility with them. They're nice over the squares, over the, you know, the other shapes. So that's that one. That's a nice one. And then there was all the other bits and pieces which, you know, have got all sorts of different marks for themselves. So this is corn, straw. I've just got a couple of different colours on it. Oh, it's such a nice mark. I think that would be really nice. Again, you'd control it a bit more, but that could be lovely. Oh, isn't that nice? What do you think of that one? And that's not, you know, this is just not really trying, isn't it? Oh, that's so nice. I think that could be lovely. So that's that one. And the more spindly one, like this one, will be more random. This one will be more like the ones I made out of fishing line, my partner's fishing line, and it'll just come out nice and random. And depending on sort of how you use them, again, it's a really nice mark. Makes some really lovely colours. Oh, I really love them. I can't wait to use these. Then this one, that's quite hard. So, because I've treated that, I primed it with glues, and I've actually got some paint on it, so I'm not going to try it. That'll just stipple. And then these will, I mean, they're harder. That sort of things was softer. And you could just take areas of this off, couldn't you? And make a brush, a smaller brush. And you'll just have to experiment with what you can find, which ones work for you. But they're really nice, I like those. And of course that one would just do a random mark. My lovely, lovely feathers. I haven't got enough paints mixed for them. I got another paint. I think I've got a blue. Oh yes, that'll do. I'm just gonna pour some of that into there. So get this. And again, if you were working on a large canvas, you could go bonkers with this. Again, absolutely lovely, lovely marks. I mean, that is so nice. Oh, I can't wait. I will need a big piece of paper. In fact, I need a number of big pieces of paper. The very last thing I thought about, which I quite fancied doing, was with these paper balls, you could dip them in sort of complementary colours, then put them in a square tray with a paper at the bottom and just roll them about and just see what they did. You know, you'd get these very arbitrary marks, wouldn't you, like rolling marbles that have been put into paint onto something. And because these are paper, they suck up the liquid so much, they would hold the paints really well. I got these from Peakdale. It says Peakdale paper balls 35mm, but I don't know whether they still exist. They're only £1. I think you probably get them in craft shops and all sorts of different sizes, but that's worth a go. Okay, I hope that's of some use. Let me know what you think.